Free NFL picks. This is action here for Sunday, September 25th. Tony T here with our NFL pick show here for Sunday's action. We have all 14 Sunday games. We'll get to them just a couple of things. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Free NFL picks are updated all season long. Free picks every day from all the major sports. We also have college football, Major League Baseball, and more. It is a good time to subscribe. And also, if you would support our channel, hit the thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. Then visit Tony'sPicks.com. We're a multi-capper site showcasing our top cappers in the industry. Click the link to the hot cappers and get signed up. Guys like Collins, who's been on fire. Ben's been hot. We've got Hollywood Sam, who's been on absolute fire. Let's take a look here at our top NFL producers. Ramon Scott, #1 unit producer in NFL. Ben has been hot. So has Tiffany. Guys, get signed up to one of their long-term passes. Get their football passes for a night from the NFL and get on board. You'll find our premium picks at the top of the page. Free picks here with the drop-down menu. You scroll here, you'll see our premium picks offered here on the center of the page. Each capper can designate one best bet per sport per day. You can see many of our best bets are up there right now from our cappers. You could also Ben has the best bet here, NFL. He's been on fire. Each capper can designate one pick from their premium picks as a $15 pick. So you can find those there as well. Individual plays sold as well here on our pick ticker. So keep an eye there on our pick ticker for more sales, for more picks for sale. Also, guys, we have our promo code. You can save 20% off all premium pick packages. When you use that promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access our page by clicking the link in the description, then the All Cappers tab, and get signed up. Also, love to hear from you guys, so post your picks in the comments below. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get this one started. Ravens and Patriots NFL pick here Sunday. J.K. Dobbins, running back, expected to play for Baltimore. Left tackle Ronnie Stanley out. Both starting corners questionable for the Ravens. Wide receiver Myers questionable for the Patriots. On defense, a corner and safety questionable for New England. Baltimore drops to 1-1 after that 42-38 home defeat to the Miami Dolphins. Baltimore blew a 35-14 lead after 3 quarters. Defensively, Baltimore gave up 461 yards passing on 50 attempts. Now, the offense did their part with 472 yards with 155 coming on the ground. Lamar Jackson is completing 64% of his passes for 9 yards per rush. New England improved to 1-1 after a 17-14 road win at Pittsburgh. Defensively, the Patriots held a down Steelers offense to just 243 yards. New England getting only 3.8 yards per carry on the ground and preferred Lamar Jackson and his ability to run the football, more mobile in the pocket. We'll take Baltimore here -2.5. Saints and Panthers NFL pick here for Sunday. Winston Kamara questionable for New Orleans. Kamara expected to play. Saints right tackle questionable. On defense, a safety and corner questionable. Panthers healthy on offense and a corner on defense questionable. New Orleans fell to 1-1 after their 20-10 home defeat to Tampa Bay. 5 turnovers for New Orleans in defeat, with Jameis Winston throwing 3 picks. New Orleans limited and injured at Bucs offense at 260 yards. Carolina 0-2 after another close loss, dropping a 19-16 road defeat at the Giants. Panthers offense only 275 yards after gaining 261 in their opening home loss to the Browns. Baker Mayfield is completing 53% of his passes for 6.8 yards per pass attempt. New Orleans giving up 5 sacks per game, and Winston banged up. Panthers a desperate team getting good production from their defense. The play here, Carolina +1.5. Bills and Dolphins NFL pick here for Sunday. Buffalo receiver Davis, a tight end and center questionable. Bills missing 4 starters on defense out here. Miami wide receiver Cedric Wilson questionable, and their left tackle questionable. On defense, a nose tackle and corner questionable. Buffalo 2-0 after their 41-7 home win to Tennessee on Monday night. Strong defensive performance by the Bills, holding the Titans to just 187 yards. Josh Allen completing 75% of his passes with a career high 8.9 yards per pass attempt. He's averaging 6 yards per carry on his runs. Both passing games sharp. Bills injuries on defense a concern. Could be a shootout here. The play will be Buffalo and Miami over 53. Raiders and Titans NFL pick Sunday. Josh Jacobs dealing with an illness is questionable. Wide receiver Renfro out and center is questionable. On defense, the Raiders have a linebacker out with a safety and defensive tackle questionable. Tennessee loses their left tackle for the season. A linebacker out with several reserves out for the Titans. Las Vegas drops to 0-2 after their 29-23 home defeat to Arizona Cardinals. Raiders blew a 20-0 lead at the half. Las Vegas defense gave up 413 yards, 270 passing. Fumble in overtime cost the Raiders the game. Also, down the stretch, giving up some big plays and a 2-point conversion. a lot went wrong for the Raiders at the end. Tennessee on a short week with their 41-7 road defeat at Buffalo, gaining only 187 yards. Raiders' pass protection has been poor. They're allowing 3.5 sacks a game, but on defense, not putting pressure on the quarterback. Tannehill time in the pocket. The difference here, the play here will be Tennessee +2. Lions and Vikings NFL pick Sunday. Laundry list of injuries for the Detroit offense. Out, their fullbacks out, so is their left guard. Questionable is running back Swift with tight end Hawkinson and their starting center. On defense, a defensive end questionable. Vikings healthy on offense with their strong safety out and a linebacker questionable on defense. Detroit 1-1 after their 36-27 home win to Washington. Lions offense generating 7.2 yards a carry on the ground. Now defensively, Detroit giving up 152 yards rushing with 5.1 yards a carry and really struggling against the pass. The Vikings defended better at home in their blowout win against Green Bay and got good balance offensively in that win. First road game for Detroit, and they're banged up on offense. The play here in Minnesota -6. Chiefs and Colts NFL pick Sunday. Casey healthy on both sides of the field. Colts health on offense and a defensive end questionable. And middle linebacker Shaquille Leonard out. So KC moves to 2-0 after their 27-24 home win to the LA Chargers, where the Chiefs had a 99-yard touchdown reception in the win, and that was a 14-point turnaround there. They contained the Chargers' run game, gave up 326 yards passing on 48 attempts. Colts, they fell to 0-1-1 with that 24-0 road defeat at Jacksonville. Disappointing offensive performance, just 218 yards. Quarterback Matt Ryan has thrown 4 interceptions, completing only 7.7% of his passes in the red zone. KC is protecting Mahomes, and Indianapolis is allowing 3.5 sacks per game. And, of course, not a very mobile quarterback there at all. The play will be Kansas City -5.5. Bengals and Jets NFL pick here for Sunday. The Bengals tight end and right tackle questionable. Their middle linebacker out. For the Jets wide receiver Corey Davis questionable and left tackle questionable. On defense, an end, tackle, and safety questionable. Cincinnati falls to 0-2 after their 20-17 road defeat at Dallas, gaining only 254 yards. Run and passing game really sputter for the Bengals, and they lose to a Cowboys team utilizing a backup for the entire game. The Jets are 1-1 after a come-from-behind 31-30 road win in Cleveland. Cincinnati offensive line has been horrific this season, allowing 6.5 sacks a game, and on defense not getting pressure on the quarterback with 1 sack a game. Jets moving the football through the air and putting up good numbers defensively. The play here will be the Jets +6. Eagles Commanders NFL pick Sunday. Philadelphia guard Landon Dickerson questionable. Defense is healthy. Washington healthy on offense. Defensively, the Commanders have a defensive tackle, linebacker, and corner questionable. Philadelphia 2-0 after their 24-7 home win to Minnesota. Another strong offensive performance here for the Eagles as they piled up 486 yards while holding the Vikings at 264. Washington fell to 1-1 after their 36-27 road defeat at Detroit. Commanders continue to get little from their ground game and dug themselves a 20-0 deficit at the half. Washington struggled defending the run, allowing 191 rushing yards on 24 carries. Commanders defense still the problem here. They're giving up 7.5 yards per rush this season. Eagles running for 5.2 yards a carry, getting 281 yards passing for 8.9 yards per pass attempt. I think this balanced offensive approach with this Commanders' poor defense is the key. The play here will be Philadelphia -6.5. Texans Bears NFL pick here for Sunday. Texans tight end Brown questionable with defensive tackle questionable. Bears offense healthy, but on defense 3 linebackers questionable. Houston fell to 0-1 with their 19-6 road defeat at Denver. Offense was held to under 300 yards for the second straight game. Davis Mills completing only 56% of his passes, 5.6 yards per pass attempt. Chicago fell to 1-1 after their 27-10 road defeat at Green Bay. In 2 games, the Bears offense gained only 204 yards at home to the 49ers and 228 last week at Green Bay. Chicago banged up on defense, so put the check mark here on the road team. Play here, Houston +3. Jaguars and Chargers NFL pick Sunday. Jaguars offense healthy with corner on defense questionable. Charger quarterback Justin Herbert questionable with a rib injury. Keenan Allen questionable as is the right tackle. Chargers center out. On defense, a left corner out. Jacksonville 1-1 after their 24-0 home win at Indianapolis. Strong defensive performance here by the Jaguars, holding the Colts at 218 yards and picking off 3 passes. Chargers fall to 1-1 after a 27-24 road defeat at the Chiefs. The Chargers was hit with a 99-yard interception for touchdown, which was critical, a 14-point swing. Backup Chase Daniel likely starter. Chargers are run game sputtering, just 2.7 yards per attempt. Jacksonville is protecting Trevor Lawrence, and on defense, averaging 3 sacks a game. The play here, Jacksonville plus 3.5. Packers and Buccaneers NFL pick Sunday. Green Bay Randall Cobb questionable. Their left tackle Bakhtari expected to play. They're healthy on defense. Tampa Bay wide receiver Chris Godwin plus Mike Evans out with their left tackle doubtful. Running back Leonard Fournette and receiver Julio Jones questionable. On defense, their left end out. Green Bay 1-1 with their 27-10 home win to the Chicago Bears behind a strong defensive performance. Packers held the Bears to just 224 yards. Tampa Bay, they're 2-2 with a 20-10 road win at New Orleans. Another strong defensive performance here by the Buccaneers, holding the Saints to 308 yards and forcing 5 turnovers. Of course, the Packers are giving up 5.6 yards carry on the ground, which would help Brady passing to his backup receivers. Bucks defense strong, and Aaron Rodgers, again, his inexperienced targets are really tough here in Tampa. Don't forget, it's Tampa Bay's home opener. You got heat and humidity here. That's going to be tough on this team traveling in from Green Bay. The play here will be on Tampa Bay here at -1. Falcons and Seahawks NFL pick here. This one goes off on Sunday. Atlanta will be without starting guard and healthy on defense. Seattle offense healthy. The defensive end out and their safety questionable. Atlanta's 0-2 after a 31-27 road defeat at the Rams behind only 261 yards of offense. Falcons fell behind 28-3 early in the third quarter. Defense forced 3 turnovers but gave away 3 on offense. Seattle 1-1 after a 27-7 road defeat at San Francisco behind 216 yards. They only gained 253 yards at home in their win to Denver. Now, Geno Smith is getting little help from his run game that generates only 3.4 yards a carry. Seahawks points came on a blocked field goal return for a touchdown. They've been shut out for 6 quarters. You know, Atlanta headed to Seattle after their game at the Rams last week. They've been practicing at the Washington Huskies facility, so there's no bad travel spot here. I believe this will definitely help the Falcons defense. The play here will be Atlanta and Seattle under 42 points. Rams and Cardinals NFL pick Sunday. Rams wide receiver Van Jefferson out. So is their center. Ram corner out. Arizona wide receiver Moore out. The running back James Conner questionable, but is expected to play here. Late reports coming in there. Cardinals healthy on defense. Rams 1-1 after their 31-27 home win to Atlanta. You know, the run game continued to sputter here for the Rams. Now, Arizona 1-1 after a 29-23 road defeat at Las Vegas. Now, they overcame a 20-0 deficit at the half. Of course, Kyler Murray made plays late with his arm and legs in the win. Rams have covered 7 in a row in Arizona. Cardinals defense, the issue here is they're giving up 302 yards passing, a 70% completion rate, 7.7 yards per attempt. Of course, Rams protection has been poor, but Arizona has only 1 sack this season. So that means Stafford will have time in the pocket. That's the key here. The play here will be Rams at -3.5. '49ers Broncos NFL pick here for Sunday. Jimmy Garoppolo to start, and tight end George Kittle returns. On defense, a right tackle questionable. Broncos really banged up on defense with receivers Judy and Hamler questionable, and as is a right guard plus their right tackle. On defense, Broncos linebacker and corner questionable. San Francisco improved to 1-1 after a 27-7 home win to Seattle. 49ers defense allowed no points with a touchdown on a blocked field goal return. Another strong defensive performance here by San Francisco. Now, Denver 1-1 after a 16-9 home win to Houston. Broncos, another good defensive performance. Now, Garoppolo is an upgrade over Lance, and Kittle returning is huge here for the 49ers run game as it's working. Denver's health a major concern. The play here will be San Francisco -1.5. That was our NFL pick show here for Sunday. Make sure to like, subscribe, set notifications. We'll have more picks coming up throughout the day. Don't forget our live show here at 9 a.m. each time, the morning scene with Ramon and Mindy. So tune in for that. I'm Tony T.